What's up, everybody? This is Sid for CedItUp Production. I'm back again. It's been a long time since you seen me doing a podcast. I took a little break. I had to get some things done, try to get some things in order and things like that. But I had to come back today. I got a special guest today. I got a longtime friend from back in my old neighborhood from in my high school. She just released a book. Actually, it was her brother's book. She co-authored it, and she just dropped it Friday, and she wanted to come on and talk about it. And I wanted her to come on and talk about it, to promote it and get it out there, and get some insights of what's going on with the book and also why she created the book. Right now, I got Billie Hughes is coming on with me, and
Never,
she'll
never.
be in. Here she is.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, what's going on, Billie? How you doing?
I'm good. A lot of people don't know me as Billie Hughes. Only my childhood friends. A lot of
Oh
people
shit!
know me as Billie Holiday.
I was about to say Billie Holiday. I was like, wait a minute.
It's all good. It's
but
all good.
but
Bless.
hey, I do all my friends like that who I knew from the hood. I call them by the government.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, but how you doing though?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm blessed. I have no complaints. Even if I wanted to complain, who want to hear it? I feel good today. I feel good. I'm good.
Okay. Well, we came here today because I know you had reached out or whatever because you told me that you co-author a book for your brother.
Yes. Yes.
Dance it with HIV,
Hmm.
correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the thing we want to get right into, we're not about to sugarfoot around with it, so we're gonna go right into it. But first, let's get people a little insight on you first. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know Tony's your brother or
Yes.
whatever.
Yes.
Let's
Yes. He's
let's
my
talk about
older.
let's talk about your upbringing. He's your older brother, right?
Yeah, he's my older brother.
Correct.
My mother had three children. She raised us as a single parent. I had an older brother and I have a younger brother. I'm the middle child. I'm the only girl. She raised us in Oak Hill Gardens projects.
Southside.
Yeah, 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 most definitely. The G. Always tell people that my mother was a beast who raised kids in the jungle,
Mm,
and she came out with a chinchilla coat.
gotcha,
Um, it didn't beat us. You know what I'm
gotcha.
saying? It,
Yeah.
it, it didn't get us. We had dinner every night. We sat down. I was thinking about it the other night. I used to cry when we had to come in the house at 6 o'clock to eat. But when I think about it, it was good for us where everybody else is outside just running
Yeah, yeah.
around. Kids need that. So you never know what's good for you until you're old enough
Older.
to. So I appreciate all that my mother did for us.
That
I really
construction. You got
do.
to get construction going on. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, most definitely. You just can't let them do what they want to do.
Right. Right.
They'll do it forever. So yes. We moved to the Gardens maybe like 1969. I think I was like 6. I'm
Not in
50.
1969.
No, I'm sorry, 1959. No, 1979.
Yeah, I'm about to say you come on you.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Just a little nervous.
Okay.
1979, when
Hmm.
I was in first grade, we moved out there.
Okay.
Um, and we ended up going to the Catholic school. We didn't go to Carver when we first got there.
What?
Mm-mm. We went to
Oh,
Catholic school my first four, I think I was about fourth grade. And the only reason why we went to Carver is because my brother Keith kind of got kicked out the Catholic school, and he
already.
was too young, yes, to go to school by himself. So my mother pulled me out of Catholic school, which she talks about that a lot now, that she should have just let him go to Carver and I continue my studies at the Catholic school. But we came over to Carver. I've never went to Carver Primary. I've never been in the building.
What?
I
Didn't
went
know that.
straight to Carver Middle in fifth grade. So I
God.
never been to Carver Primary building. I
So
don't
you
even
didn't
know
go
what
to
it looks like.
Wheatley, primary, none of it. Okay. Okay.
It was Catholic school kids.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I know the Gardens is the South Side of Chicago projects or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's
Mhm.
as of right now. I mean, they used to, call it Wild Hundreds. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Mm.
But back in the day, as it is today, I mean, people label as like the worst, like almost the worst part of the South Side of Chicago, whatever.
No, no.
But I mean, when we was growing up or whatever, it wasn't. I mean, we
No,
didn't
it
look at it
wasn't.
as
Right,
that.
right.
You
We
know what
ain't
I'm
look at
saying?
it like that.
We thought that's the Guards was the place to be. I didn't want,
Yes.
as growing up in the Guard, if I went somewhere, it's like I'm ready to go back home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right,
That was the
right,
deal.
right, right, right,
You
right,
know what
right.
I'm saying?
Right.
But your upbringing with your other sibs or whatever, how was that like? Because I know you guys was like on what block
12
10? 12,
on the
block 12.
south side of the gardens. My mother didn't let us go on the other side. She was afraid of the other side of the gardens.
Just like the
So
West Side.
yeah, the west side. She was just afraid of it. We did. It was actually, I've been thinking about it a lot in the last couple of days. It was not that bad. I know it wasn't bad because I had cousins who lived in really nice neighborhoods,
Hmm.
who parents did well, but yet and still they still wanted to come to the gardens.
It's
You feel
fun.
me? My mother provided for us, but we didn't have a refrigerator that was stocked with food. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We ate. Now, don't get me wrong, but my cousins will come there, and my mother buy 2 cases of chicken, so
Hmm.
a case of wings and a case of saddle legs,
Yeah.
and we would eat baked chicken, boiled chicken, fried chicken, grilled chicken, chicken cacciatore. You know what I'm saying?
To the
But
room, to
yeah,
the
my
tomb.
cousins now were really drawn to that because the gardens had all these kids, um, all these things going on.
Yeah.
So they were just like, I want to go to the gardens. I want to go to the gardens. They like, but your auntie don't have any food. Yes, she do. We're gonna eat chicken and rice, and we're gonna eat chicken and smothered potatoes,
They knew what time it was.
and they just was drawn to the gardens. It was because the gardens wasn't, it was not what everybody thought it was.
Right.
You feel
Exactly.
me?
Hmm.
My mother often talks about how it was a wonderful place to raise her children,
Hmm.
and it was. It
Yeah.
was. It was. Now, if you wasn't from there, you was afraid of it.
Yeah. Because
But
they say the projects, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
if you think about it, we had grass in the front, grass in the back. We had a front door, a back door.
yeah.
You don't really see grass in the project areas.
No, because they got high rise. It's like elevators and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
So when you look at it, the gardens was a little bougie projects.
Yeah.
Had this little
Yeah.
bougie,
Yeah.
um, just a little. Then they had Carver, who was this $1 million school, so
Mhm.
it's like, who gave us all these vocational things.
Right.
So I just didn't look at the gardens as a project. I just didn't.
Yeah.
And if it was, then
We was part of it.
yes.
Yeah.
And I'm
So,
happy about that
yeah.
because I am who I am today for two things: my mother upbringing
Mhm.
and the gardens.
It groomed you. It groomed you to be aware of
Yeah,
things. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yes,
So,
yes,
and you got athletes. You got talent in the
yes,
gardens. You know what I'm saying? So we
yes,
learn from each other. We play
yes.
and we learn how to have thick skin. Some
Yeah.
of us did.
Now
You know what I'm saying?
that is something that's so crazy because the position that I am in now,
Mhm.
I know the gardens prepared me to. I'm the supervisor of the set of the shy.
Mhm.
And oh my Lord. Thick skin, oh, that's a understatement. I don't think I would be able to do it if I wasn't raised in the gardens.
Gotcha.
I
Gotcha.
could not do it. Dealing with it being a predominantly male field,
Mhm.
um, I run into a lot of issues, but I don't want
Mhm.
to get into that. We'll talk about
Right.
that later. But
Right.
it's because of the gardens that I'm able to be the supervisor that I am today.
Okay.
I
Okay.
really feel that way.
Okay, I mean, before we get into Deaths with HIV, with Tony, I wanted to. You said you a part of the shot, the series, the shot, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, what made you? I mean, as far because I know, but some people probably don't know some things or whatever. And when you went to Carver High, we both took radio and TV or
Yes,
whatever.
we did.
Did
Miss,
that
shout out
work?
to Miss Sales.
Yeah, definitely.
Shout out
And
to Miss Sales.
the recipes, Mr. Crumb. You know what I'm
Miss
saying?
Crumb, yes.
Was that your kickstart to get more involved in radio and TV and doing what you're doing today?
No, no,
No.
no. I fell in love with TV at 9. Actually, I need to pay homage to my grandfather. My grandfather, his name was Cleo, but they called him Pete. He had a reel.
Mm,
In the 60s, he had a camera. In the
mm,
60s, he was very fascinated by video and all that. So he would take the family, he would film the family.
mm-hmm,
So when I got about 9, every Thanksgiving, we would go in the basement after we would eat. We would
mm-hmm.
go in the basement after they would clean up, and we'll have slices of my Aunt Pam's sweet potato pie and pound cake and my grandfather's peach cobbler. We would go in the basement, and he would put a white projector up,
Mm.
and he started showing us the films. I was about 9,
Okay.
and that was very fascinating to me how that was being projected on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what that was. All I know, I wanted to do that for a living. I didn't know what I wanted to do,
Mm-hmm.
how I wanted to do it. All I knew, I wanted to work in TV and film. So that was like a little seed planted.
Yeah.
He would feed the now we talking about in the 70s because I'm 50 now, okay? He will
Yeah.
feed the projector and it will roll.
Bro.
And sometimes it will get stuck. He'll take the little light and feed it
Right.
back
Yeah,
through.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was my first love. So my grandfather planted a seed. High school watered it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Once I got to high school, Miss Sales watered that seed for me
Mm-hmm.
and told me I could do it. Now, my grandmother said to me, "You don't want to go into film and TV. Everybody want to be famous, but I don't want to be famous."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't want to be famous. So I did something else.
Okay.
I became a counselor with juvenile delinquents. Now
Gotcha.
that was easy for me, but that wasn't a dream for me.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
once I did that for 15 years and Miss Sales watered the plant, I kept saying, I'm gonna do that. When I
Yeah.
would see you every 5-10 years, I would tell you, I don't know how, I'm gonna do it. I
Yeah.
went back to school and got a degree in film and TV. And my cousin had this date with this woman,
Uh,
and voila,
right.
in film and TV. But I'll say this, for anyone who has a dream, I didn't start filming TV till I was 40.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I felt it was a young person's field.
Mm-hmm.
So what I thought was gonna go against me, it went for me.
Gotcha.
I thought I was too old. They looking at all these young people, but it was a position to be a assistant location manager. And everybody who was above, it was maybe 3 people over me. They were like 21, 22, 23.
Mm-hmm.
So the manager came to me like, "Look, I'm gonna make you an ALM." I'm like, "Okay." She's like, "I think you can do it." She was like, "You're 40, you're mature, you're ready." They're not ready. So what I thought was gonna go against me, it went for me. And it went so fast, said within
Mm-hmm.
like, I only been doing it 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a key assistant location manager. That's the second in command under the manager.
Gotcha.
It
Okay.
went rather fast for me, and I became that in maybe my 3rd year in the
Mm.
field. When a lot of people, it takes them 10 years, 15. So I know God had a hand on that.
That's what's up.
I know He did. But I want to shout out to Natasha Parker Ogeen, because she gave me my big break.
Mm-hmm.
She believed in me. She trained me. Um, she demoted me. She hate when I say that.
Well, but
She
it make you
demoted
stronger. But
me.
it make that the
Yeah,
motion make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? When you're dealing
I
with those
came
things.
back with a vengeance. I
Yeah.
came back with a plan, and I got back on my feet, and I got under another manager, and I did what I was supposed to do after that demotion. So
Gotcha.
I tell people about that because that wasn't the end of the world for me. That was
Gotcha.
just the beginning. But I appreciate that. She's gonna kill me for saying that.
Yo, but that's cool because I mean, as I see you grow in that field, which I mean, we both took the radio and TV class with Miss Sales or whatever, and we both worked on projects and stuff like that. To see you actually keep on doing what you're doing, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
You kept on doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't give
Wish
up.
I'd have kept on doing it, but this, I mean, I'm not doing on your level, but I'm doing
Mhm,
this. It's still radio and TV, the podcast and
mhm.
stuff like that. You
Right,
know what
right,
I'm saying?
right,
So
right, right.
I feel good about this right here. So I'm glad you reached out to me about this new adventure, this new
Yes.
journey that you're doing
Mhm,
right now
mhm.
with your brother's book that you co-authored.
Yes.
That's with HIV. What made you? How I want to start this? Let's talk about your brother first. You know what I'm saying?
My
Um,
brother, how could what? My brother was different. He was different. He was very different. Um, he had a love for nature, animals, and reading.
mm,
If you held a conversation with him, you walked away loving him.
mm,
Period. Loving him. He was my mother's first child. She often say her sunshine child. He was a a father figure even at a young age.
mm,
He was always a leader, never a follower. Um, he had been writing since he that I can remember. He would sit at the table and drink tea and eat Jiffy Mix muffins with
mm.
nutmeg in it, and drink tea and write to
Yeah.
Anita Baker will be playing in the back, or Diana Ross,
Mm,
Lady Sings the Blues will be playing in the back. He was a very wise person beyond his age. So when he
gotcha.
was like 12, 13, he was like a 20-year-old man in a man in the head. So when he got 20, he was far more before his time.
Yeah.
You know, so he had been writing all of my life.
Mm,
I knew that he used to talk about being an author when we were younger,
mm.
about writing books. So it was only the right thing to do in the end. You feel
Gotcha.
me? Because that's who he was.
Mm,
He
mm,
was just special. And I know everybody's like, oh, you're just saying that because that's your brother. No, when I talk to people that I don't know that know him, tells me that he was a special person. So not only did I experience it, I'm receiving it from other people who I've never met.
mhm.
Um, I've had a lot of phone calls since Friday, a lot of emails of just people I don't know that know him and
Gotcha.
know, just talks about how special he was. He was special. He was
Gotcha.
he was special to my family. That's why I'm happy for my family with the book, because he was a very, very, when he passed away, my whole family mourned because
Mm,
it was a major loss for us.
gotcha. That mean not going into the segment with that. Going to the next. Now let's talk about the book since we there right there.
Okay.
Um, the title of the book. That's with HIV.
Hmm.
Um, the situation with your brother. He
Hmm.
was diagnosed with HIV.
Yes,
Um,
at the age of 23. So
okay.
that was in 1970. No, 1994.
Okay. A little bit after you graduated. You
Hmm.
graduated.
That
Okay.
was a year after I graduated out of high school.
Right. So I mean, tell me that journey. I mean, let's talk about the lifestyle of your brother and
Okay.
things like that. So, I mean, what you want to let people know about like how everything occurred. You know what I'm saying? From the
Well,
beginning.
I'll just start from the beginning. He did find out when he was 23. My brother was a gay man. He was a man's man. Um, he was a very responsible man. So when he found out at the age of 23, he found out because of one of his partners that he had called him and told him that he needed to go get tested. He had moved down to ATL, and his partner that he was dating told him to go and
Hmm.
get tested because he was positive. So Tony, he came back home, took the test up here,
Hmm.
and went back to ATL. They called him in ATL and told him he was positive. He said he stayed for a little bit and he came back up here because he needed to share it with his family and his friends. Now, that took him 2 years to do,
Mm.
sharing it with family and friends. If you read the book, you'll see who he wanted to tell first,
Yeah.
and he didn't end up telling the person that he wanted to tell. He didn't tell them first.
Right.
He ended up telling my mother first. And I'll leave you up to reading the book to find out that conversation because the book details on the conversation, the first conversation between Tony and my mother when he told my mother.
That's who you wanted to tell first. I thought he told your aunt first.
No, he did not tell my aunt first.
Okay.
He wanted to tell my cousin, Robin, first,
Okay.
but he called her and she was busy, so he
Okay.
didn't tell her.
Gotcha.
So he ended up telling my mother first by circumstance.
Hmm.
Something had happened, and she questioned him about it. But I'll
It's in
let
the
you
book.
read the book to
Yeah.
find that conversation out because that page is really emotional for me
Hmm.
because I know what type of person my mother is.
Right.
So I can only imagine that phone call and that conversation. So when I read it in his journal, it touched me because I can see that visual of a
Yeah.
mother and a son on the phone having this life-threatening conversation. That's
Right.
not easy.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not easy at all on both ends, on the son's end and the mother's end.
Yeah.
That's you want your kids to have a wonderful, beautiful life and enjoy their life and um they bury you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
And we
So
talking about 1994.
yeah, we're talking about in 1994.
So at in 1994, nobody's people know about it, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
HIV. I mean, we could go back to when Magic came out, with it or whatever, and it
Mhm.
got the alert going, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
yes,
people
yes.
didn't know what like the whole details of it. So we still talk about 1994 compared to what we know now, you know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right, exactly.
So the first instant in your mind or anybody's mind is be like, oh man,
It's
you
death.
know, yeah,
It's
yeah,
death. That's
right,
it. No, no, there's no coming back from that. That's just clean death. That's clean
right.
death. And um I didn't put in the book when I found out. I found out from him. We were watching the episode from a different world. I don't know if
Mhm.
you remember the episode from a different world.
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha
Tisha-
Campbell played
mhm.
as the AIDS victim. I
Yeah.
love the different world. I used to tape it every week, and him
Mhm.
and I were watching it together, and he just started crying. And okay,
Mm.
it was emotional,
Yeah.
And I asked him what was wrong with him, and he just said, "I'm positive too," just like that.
Did
And
you believe it or what? I mean,
I believed it. I believed
instantly?
it. Yes, because he wasn't a person that would joke like that.
Gotcha.
And we sat in the room quiet. And
Gotcha.
I thought death.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about 1994. I
Right.
thought death.
Yeah.
So hmm, I asked him, did he go to the doctor? He told me yes. then he said to me, be careful. Be careful, because all they ever talk about is women getting pregnant. Put a condom on so she won't get pregnant, so she won't get pregnant, so she won't get pregnant. He was like, not once did anybody tell me, put a condom on because you may catch a disease. See, we so focused on pregnancy. And okay,
Right.
teenage pregnancy is not a comfortable thing. But in the end, it's a baby. It's
Right.
a blessing in
Right,
the
right,
end.
right.
So even when the family is mad, you're 15, you're having a baby. Everybody loves the baby when the baby get here. But
At the end.
not once. And I thought about that. Do we tell our young gay men, hey, you can't be out there having unprotected sex just because he can't have a baby?
Right.
And that's what my brother said to me. He felt the man could not have a baby, therefore
Unprotected.
he didn't need protection. That's why we have lost a whole generation of people. Okay, if you look at the statistics between the ages of 55 and 65, we lost a lot of black males, although it was killing women too. But the number of the black males in that age, a whole generation. My brother lost all his brothers, but all his friends by the time his HIV kicked in. He had lost majority of his friends. He
Wow.
probably had a few friends that was still left that he was, tight with.
You know what? Because I mean, saying that, because when me and you talked a couple of days ago, when you mentioned about we was taught to condom for pregnancy, not about
yes.
And that's the thing that's I thought about, like, damn, that's correct. Because even at school, they say at school, wear a condom, pregnant, you won't get this girl pregnant or whatever. It was never about that.
These young boys who had gay thoughts in their head about other men who were liking them in 7th, 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? They keep saying, don't teach them about lesbians. Don't teach them about being gay. Hey, educate them, because you don't know what they thinking about.
Yeah.
You don't know what a child is thinking. You don't know what your son is thinking, said, until he tell you.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
If he don't tell you he thinking about a monster, he's scared, you don't know that.
Right.
So if these boys are in 7th, 8th grade and they're having these thoughts about same-sex relationships, and another young boy have the same that, and they're doing these things, educate them young.
Yeah, and I think that's in 94. Back then, even 94, even before then, just wasn't educated about it. Even when Magic came out, it brought awareness to it.
Right.
But what ended up happening is, from my point of view, is when people start saying Magic, they start saying him, he don't look like he's sick. He don't look like he's sick. You know what I'm saying? And they thinking he don't have it anymore or whatever. And man, you talked about this.
Yeah.
What is it? What when we talked about it, what did you tell me about?
I told you that Magic still has it. It's just not coming up on his testing because of his T white cells. That's all it is. My brother struggled with the medication. And when you read the book is going to, I don't even have to tell you, he struggled with the medication. He was a biology major, so he understood science. And his reason to me why he didn't approve the medication, he said he felt like the doctors were looking for a
guinea pig.
No, they were looking for, what am I trying to say? They were looking for the answer. I'm just say the answer, a cure, like a needle in a haystack, but a needle in the haystack with the lights off. So it's already hard to find a needle in the haystack with the lights on. So you cut the lights off. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you really ain't seeing shit.
Right. Exactly.
So that's how he felt about the medication. And when I think about it now, I have an aunt. Her name is Donna. She works in HIV. Now it's one pill. 15 years ago, my brother took 19 pills. That's how far
Wow.
we have came in HIV.
Mm.
That was really fascinating to me because my brother would be okay with that. My brother would be alive today if he took the healthy way. My brother lived 17 years with HIV and not really taking the medication. He was healthy because he had a healthy lifestyle. He used to eat like a rabbit. He was into vegetarian and vegan before it was this hot thing now. So when it came time when the body started to get sick, the body wasn't strong enough, or the medication wasn't rooted and grounded in them so that it can fight the big fight. So once the big fight came, it was too late to pump the medication in because the body had taken too much of it. But when you read the book, you're gonna read the book, and he's going to explain why he felt that way about the medication.
Yeah, I mean, because is it well, because I know this is not in the book, but you say he took 19, it was like 19.
Yes.
Was it all at once or throughout the day?
No, it was the course of the day.
Gotcha.
It was probably 5 when you wake up, 3 at 12 o'clock, 4 at this time, 6 at bedtime. You know, it was just that his, you usually had a little small pill box.
Yeah.
His was like,
wow.
Okay. They had all these compartments in them.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing about, like I said, I mean, because I did ask you yesterday, because you did, like you said, you didn't explain it to how you felt, because we went away from just a minute ago. When he told you, you said your first reaction was death. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
After all of that sunk in or whatever, did y'all actually sit down and actually talk about things to ease him up, or just left it as it is?
Left it as it is. He was the kind of brother that he did his thing. He had moved out. I was still at home. He moved up north. So I would see him. But he was kind of healthy then in the beginning.
Okay.
He was healthy. When you read the book, he was healthy. It started taking a turn maybe year 15, not year 15, maybe year 13. He started, the T cells started bothering him to where my aunt would talk him into going to the ER. He didn't like going to the ER because he felt that they would have kept him. Saying he didn't want to stay in the hospital.
Yeah.
So he never liked to go to the ER. So it just started taking a toll on him. He started losing weight. One time when he was losing, that's so funny. One time he had got in the car. We was going to a family function, and he was mad because he couldn't fit his Levi's that was a size 26.
Oh. Huh.
He had lost a little weight, and they were big on him, and he was upset. And my mother got upset that he was upset because my mother like, I'm wearing a 30-something, and you upset about it. But then you know what he started doing? I'm about to tell a secret. He started wearing the Depends. So when he would wear the Depends, it would fill up the size 26 Levi's. Man, my brother was 125 pounds on his heavy days.
Okay.
So he dropped down to like 88 pounds, 83 pounds. So he was always a small man. He was never, I'm the thick one.
Right.
He was never a small man. He was never a small man. He was he was never a thick man. I'm sorry. He was always a small man. So once he lost the weight, he just started wearing the Depends.
So, but because is in the book. I'm gonna go some of the things we'll talk about in the book or whatever. But like I said, we'll leave most of it for people to go buy the book to see what's actually going on. I mean, Tony shares some experience, abuse of struggling with feelings and being unloved. What
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how did these early experience like had an effect on his adult life?
Um, it it really didn't. By the time he had got an adult, I wish I was like him. He had worked through a lot of things that bothered him as a child.
Mm,
Which I wish I had that. Not everybody can patch things up on their own. That's why I
mm,
said he was special. He patched a lot of things up on his own. He knew. Now, my grandfather was a loving man. Don't get me wrong, but my grandfather was from that time.
mm.
Um, my grandfather kind of knew it a little bit and
Okay.
just didn't like it. Didn't like it. Didn't
Mm.
like it. And he used to often talk about how my grandfather would just talk about how he didn't like it. So
Yeah, yeah,
Tony, he just kept it away at that point. He was kind of living in a closet a little bit. Um, my family came a long way.
okay,
I promised myself that I was going to be honest, whatever you ask me.
right.
My family has came a long way. Um, when I think about Tony and myself being a lesbian, he's my Martin Luther King for me.
Gotcha.
He's the civil rights leader in my family for me
Hmm.
because he opened the doors to where my family is comfortable.
Mm.
And if they do have an issue, their love for me, it just overlaps that.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah,
me? And I feel when you're in that life and you have that concrete of love from family, the world can say what they want to say to me. See,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because the thing, I mean, because when did he can you? When did he come out?
he came out at about 1920. 1920, because he caught HIV at 23. He came out 1920. Not like me,
Yeah,
28. You
right.
feel me?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I waited a long time and I did that for a reason. Um, he came out like 18, 19.
But I mean, now this is a little bit different than him coming out telling people that he telling family members that he had HIV. When he came out, who was the first person that you did? Do you know who the first person he actually told?
That I don't know.
Okay,
That I don't know. It wouldn't shock me. Actually, then I'm gonna ask my family that, so I don't know.
okay,
Um, I don't. He didn't write about who was the first person he told. He probably told my cousin Tanya,
okay.
because Tanya and Tony was really close.
Gotcha.
They were really close. I hope she gets the book and read it. I
Hmm.
haven't spoke to Tanya in years.
Gotcha.
I haven't seen her in years, but I hope she get the book to read it because
Okay.
I know he probably told her a lot.
Gotcha.
I,
Gotcha.
I yeah.
So I mean, that being said, and by you saying, I mean, did he know at the time? Because you didn't come out at that particular time.
No. Mm-mm,
So, but
mm-mm.
did he know, or did he kind of figure?
Um, everybody knew.
But I mean, but you didn't come
What are
out,
you
so it
talking
mean it was
about?
like,
Everybody knew.
but I mean, but no. I mean, truth be told, I mean, Billy, come on, you was with some guys.
Hey, I broke some hearts. I broke some hearts. But if you knew me, you
Mhm.
knew it.
Yeah, but
You
I mean, but
knew
those conversations that I mean, to have a one-on-one conversation with him about it after,
He just always told me, when you ready, you'll do it.
gotcha.
I wasn't ready. I was battling some inside things. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? I was battling some inside things. I'm a very, very, very spiritual person. Um, I know that there's no one who makes it move for me but him upstairs,
mm,
So I was battling that.
mhm.
I was battling that. It was a
Gotcha.
spiritual battle for me. So it took me a long time. And he said to me, "Look, I made you this way.
Mm.
As long as I love you, it doesn't matter what nobody think. And he was still blessing me, even though I was having these sexual thoughts for women. I
Mhm.
was still getting blessings. So I'm like, hold on. I can live my truth, and he still bless
That's
me
me.
as
Yeah.
long as my intentions are good. Oh hell no! Hey, I like women.
So I mean, because that being said, and knowing what your brother went through, even though
Mhm.
it's different from men's to women. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's different.
Mhm.
So when he passed away, did that make you feel more comfortable of coming out, or did it make you
No, I
make?
was already out by then when he passed away. It made me comfortable to get married.
Okay.
He made that comfortable for me because I didn't want to do that. I just didn't want to, and that was my own thoughts
Hmm.
and what the spiritual life I had. He said to me, "How are you going to live in this life and not be in a unit of love?" You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? And I thought about that, like, how could I be in this life and not a unit of love? Like, no, no. So he was a person of like, do it.
Mm.
Don't don't be worried about not doing it. So once he passed, I got married like
Mm.
a year later after he
Gotcha.
passed. And I understood his point. I
Mm.
understood his point that do what you do. And when it's all over and said and done, me and my maker, not
Mm.
me and said, me and
Yeah.
said is not gonna be on a podcast up there.
Right. Right.
It'll be
Right.
me and my maker, and me and my maker have that conversation. So when people say that they don't like them or they don't want to fool with them or they're against it, hmm, that's between me and my maker. Now, when my brother went to glory, him and his maker sat and they talked about that. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? So leave that up to people.
Yeah.
That's not up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Because down here, don't matter. It's how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
It's how you feel. So I operate, and lately my saying has been, "You trying to steal my joy?"
Yeah.
So when somebody bring me anything, I'm 50 now. I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you if it's not feeling right. I'm gonna tell you out the gate. You trying to steal my joy.
Mm. Mm.
So
That's
don't
what's up.
bring me that. I'm
So I
just
mean,
yeah.
because like you said, like in the early '90s or whatever, people wanted coming out like they are now. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So during that time, by him not being out, what type of person was he? Was he more like you wouldn't
Closed
know?
off. No, no, he was never closed off. He was never closed off. He was the life of the party. He loved to dance. That's why one poem he has is called Dance with HIV. That's why I named it that.
Mm.
Because I was looking for a name. And I'm like, it has to match his personality. And God was like, Dance with HIV. I'm like, yeah, that is it.
Mm.
Like, he was not a closed off person. He wasn't a shy person. He was a friendly guy,
Mm.
loved to party, loved to dance, loved pretty women. You feel me? Love for a
Mm.
woman to dial up. He'll give them their compliments. Um, a true gentleman. He was such a gentleman. Um, he took his friend cousin on a blind date to the prom. He had never met the chick. When they
Mm.
got the tuxedo because she needed a date, walked in there and took her on prom. That
Wow.
was the type of dude he was. He wasn't like, I need to see a picture,
Right.
what she
Right.
looked like. Mm-mm. He
Mm.
took her. We didn't see how that chick looked until we went to the house on the prom date.
Wow.
Myself, my stepfather, and my
Mm.
little brother until he went to go meet her at prom.
Uh,
That was just the type of dude he was. He was a
so he wasn't. So he wasn't the flamboyant or.
said, let me tell you something about my brother and flamboyant men.
Mm.
Somebody gonna get mad at me, but I really don't care. My brother was a man's man. He was a man who loved men. He did not like that flamboyant, oh my goodness. He didn't like that.
Uh-huh.
He felt that if you was flamboyant like that, that was dangerous. It
Mm.
brought violence. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yes.
when straight men would chase them and want to fight them. So
Hmm.
he felt if you was like that, you brought
Attention.
attention.
Yeah.
So he had a friend who would wear yellow Levi's, always over the top, and he'll be like, "Don't come in here with that faggoty ass shit. They gonna chase us tonight." You know what I'm saying? He just didn't like it. He felt it was dangerous, and it is dangerous. You
Yeah.
know, he felt that behind closed doors, you can be who you want to be when you get in the house.
Right.
But out in the street, it's some crazy people in this world. And I'm gonna tell you a little story.
Mhm.
One of my boy cousins told me that him and his homies, his straight homies, was standing chilling one day,
Mhm.
and a gay guy, a flamboyant gay guy, walked across the street, wasn't bothering them, didn't say anything to him. He said one of his partners was like, "I should go over there and beat his ass."
Yeah.
And my cousin turned around like, "Why you want to do that?" He was like, "Man, because he a motherfucking fag. I'm going to fuck his ass up." My cousin was like, "Don't do that, man. He got family, man."
Yeah.
He was like, "I got family that's like that. Don't do his family like that. If he ain't fucking with you or he ain't saying nothing to you, don't say nothing to him. But
Yeah.
you got him like that."
Yeah.
That's an example of you're not thinking the dude who you telling you gonna go and fuck up. He has a cousin who's gay. He got a
Yeah.
couple of them. So for
Mm.
you to say that, he's going to take that personally. You feel
Yeah.
me? That's like
Yeah.
somebody telling you, like, hold on,
Right. Yeah.
you ain't about to do nothing. Calm down. This man
Yeah.
got a family, he got a mother, he probably got a daddy. He's not bothering you, but it's
He probably
those
got a kid too.
probably got come on, probably have a kid too. So
Yeah.
you have to be mindful just because you don't like their lifestyle. They got a whole family that love them. That if
Yeah.
you do something to them, that's going to bother the family. So you have to think about the what comes with that.
Yeah.
Leave him be. He ain't said nothing to you. He ain't trying to talk to you. You probably not even his type.
Yeah. I mean, because even like right now, today is different than what it was back then.
Yes,
Today is it's different. Do you
yes,
think
it's
if
more
your
acceptable today.
right? So, but if you think your brother was here today, would he still be that person, or would he be more like, okay, I feel a little bit
No,
more?
he will still be that person.
Gotcha.
He will still be that person. He will be outreaching for HIV because he was doing that, but he
Okay.
just got sick. He will be outreaching. He will be a community man. He probably would have had about 20, 30 books by now.
Mm.
He would have been a published author long before today.
What
He,
made you decide to do this?
when a couple of days before he died, he said to me, "Do something with my writings." I'm like, "What? What? I'm into film and TV. What you want me to do? Want me to make a movie? What?" He like, "Figure it out."
Mm.
Okay. So he passes away, and we're cleaning out his house. So my cousin Robert makes boxes so we can throw. If the rule was anybody find a something that he wrote in, throw it
Mm.
in the box. So we throw it in the box. So it's one box. It's two boxes. I come
Mm.
back. It's three boxes. In the end,
Wow.
5 boxes. I take them home. I just start going through them.
Mhm.
And I'm looking at them and I'm like, you need to write a book.
Mm.
And just me being creative, you need to write a book. Now it became what type of book?
Mhm.
Well, now I got all these papers. That's why it took me 15 years, said. I had to live my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I lost some love. I got married. I got divorced. I got
Mhm.
married again. I got divorced. I
Mhm.
fell in love. She broke my heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
going through a heartbreak now. So it's like I have to go through all these things.
Mhm.
And I started just ripping the pages out. I had a room in my house and it had this paper here, this paper there, this journal here, this entry here. And it was like moving pieces,
Mm.
moving pieces. I had to read all the books to find out what I can use, what I couldn't
Pieces.
use, what I could use.
Yeah.
I still have my life. Okay.
Right.
And then my family, my cousin Kim comes in And I'm like, I need to put all these poems on paper, on the computer. Well, I'm just like, type it anyway. Shout out to my cousin Kim, because she was adamant about typing them on the computer the exact same way it was written. I was against it. I just wanted to hurry up and do it.
Right.
No, so when you read the book, if it's like one word, that's the way he wrote it. 2, 3 words, that's the way he wrote it. So that's the way she typed it. So it stayed in that rhythm,
right,
of what he said.
Okay.
And I really appreciate her for that, because if she wouldn't have pushed that, we would have lost that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key to the book.
Yeah.
That's the key to the book.
Because it's the way it's set up. It's like the poetry then goes into a story, so everything was kind of like lining up pretty much.
Yes. It's like his journal entry, then his poem. You know what I'm saying? His journal entry, then the poem, and the poems match what he was doing. He was such a wonderful writer. He was, and I'm just not saying that because that's my brother. It's just wonderful poetry. That's why I need to be a spoken word artist, because this need not to be just on paper. It needs to be said.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so what? I'm 50. You feel me?
You a young 50.
I'm a Thundercat. I am not a young one. No, I mean, I am not an old lady. Far, no.
Yeah.
I have so much to give with this. I'm excited. I tell people I have dreams, but my brother dreams is my focus now. My dreams will happen. I just have to live out these dreams, and my dreams gonna roll out like
it's gonna pave the way.
Fight it. He's gonna open the door for me. When he passed away, he was a part of the Yoruba religion. It's a West African religion that a lot of the slaves was a part of. And when they got on the boat to come over, peep this, because I've been doing a lot of research. When they came on a boat and they were worshiping their God, white people didn't know what that was. So you know what they did? They coined it voodoo, because they didn't understand. Them speaking in their tongues, speaking in their words. So they like, that's some voodoo shit. You know what I'm saying? So here we are 400 years later, like, that's some voodoo shit.
Right.
No, it's not. Because if you read upon the Yoruba religion, they're far more spiritual than Christians. They're far more spiritual than Muslims. They're far more. You had to take your shoes off to be in my brother's house.
Wow.
Because you brought wherever you walked, he felt you brought that energy. So you got to leave them shoes at the door. See, Christians ain't like that. They just don't want you to walk on their floor because they don't want you to fuck up their good. You feel me? I walk on my floor.
Yeah, I just mopped it.
So they're far more religious than Christians, but we coined it voodoo.
Yeah,
that's not being educated on it, not getting the information.
What's the next step? What after? I mean, this still a newborn.
It said I'm still in the hospital.
Yeah.
I ain't even came home, see? What you talking
but everybody else saying your baby though.
What is the funny looking self? Good things. In the last 3 days, I've met so many people who want to assist me and help me. They want to push it. They want to throw parties. They want to throw book fairs. So it's a good thing. I'm off for 4 months. We work like 8 months, 9 months. We off 3 months, 4 months. So I'm off for 4 months with the Shy. So this is perfect divine order. I'm open to it. You're talking about a kid that stuttered all her life.
Yeah.
who really couldn't spell. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I was told by a family member that I talk like Edith Bunker.
No, don't.
And Edith Bunker is now about to start going around, you feel me, talking about HIV in her brother's book. So
Yeah,
you can dream a dream. God got a bigger dream for you.
yeah.
So I believe he has something for me in this. This is my purpose, period. I have to my job is to find out the purpose
Mhm,
and the dream. That's what I have to figure out. Because he gave me my purpose.
mhm.
My purpose is to push my brother's book in HIV in young males. Now I have to find out, how do I take that? That's a good life for me.
It
You
keeps
know
you
what I'm
going too.
saying?
Keeps you
Yeah,
going. Yeah.
yeah. To keep it going. So I'm 50, so I know he's going to bring that to me in the next couple of months, because I'll be 51 next month. So I'm
Okay.
just open. I'm going to do I'm doing a podcast little tour of the
Mhm,
book. This
mhm.
is just my first one, and I'm going to do a few festivals, book festivals.
Okay.
Um, I'm working as a spoken artist now. I'm going to do a lot of his poetry that's already written. I
But
still,
wait, before we get to that part, you and because me and you talk, it is his book, but you didn't want to take the credit as a why? I mean, because you are the person that's bringing it to life, though. You know.
I know. And when I sat with them lawyers and he asked me, was this a book when I found it? And I explained to him my part in it.
Mhm.
He was like, nope, you're co-author. I'm like, I didn't want to take the light. I
Mhm.
didn't want to take the spotlight from him. And I'm still having a hard time with it. I didn't want him to dim his light so that I can shine here, because I'm here. So pray for me.
But the thing is, that when I hear you say that, you're him. You speaking for him. So I look at it like you're not taking the spotlight. You bringing
Mhm.
more light to the spot. You know what I'm saying? That's why
Okay,
I
I
look at
get
it.
it. I get it. I can hear that, but my heart ain't taking
Yeah,
that right now.
I know, I know,
I
I
just
know.
didn't want to. Me and my mother had countless conversations. Me and my aunt, my Aunt Pam, had countless conversations just about, I didn't want it. I didn't want anybody to say,
You try to capitalize on stuff, blah blah blah. But
yeah,
like you said, but hey, like you said, regardless of what people say down here, the man up there know what it's about.
he
So
know my
don't.
true
Yeah,
intention.
yeah. So that's at the end of the
Yeah,
day, that's what it comes down to, you know.
yeah.
And you giving, because we won't be talking about this book if you don't bring the book to life.
That's
You know what I'm
true.
saying? But like I said, I can say anything I want, but like you said, your heart. But eventually, your heart's gonna soften up or whatever, because it's gonna
Mhm,
hit. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
I did this
So
for.
when I was sending out, like telling people about it, my whole thing was, I co-wrote a book with my brother. I'm saying I
Yeah.
co-wrote a book with my brother.
Uh,
Just staying true to that. Just
yeah.
staying true to that. And it's it's okay because he's not here.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? So it's
yeah.
like, who gonna do it? I live by a quote, said I live by a quote every day of my life. Is by JFK.
Mm,
If not you, then who? If
mm,
not now, then when?
mm.
So I am the type of person, if we talk about doing something and you don't do it, next year I'ma do it.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right. Right. Yeah.
If you keep
Exactly.
saying, man, you're gonna throw a party, me, you gonna throw a party, and a year went by, you're gonna look up and I'm gonna put the deposit down. Because I'm a person. If
Yeah.
not you, then who gonna do it? If not now, when would you ever get it done?
Hey, I believe me, I know. I'm in this business. I know.
So I live my life on that, and this has just been a wonderful journey. I should have journaled the journey, and I
But
did.
but now you think about, I think about like this now too, Billy. Now that you did this and you're going to continue to do it for your brother, but now it's also setting yourself up
Yes.
for your own book of Billie.
I don't know about that book of
But
Billie.
you got. I mean, everybody got a story to tell at the end
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
day.
yes, that is true.
And
That
right
is
now,
very, very true.
you got people attention now. You're getting
Yes,
people
yes.
attention. So
And
it
that's
was.
crazy, said, because I really don't like attention. I
I don't either, but I mean, sometimes you got to put yourself, because I mean, we both, like I said, we both took radio and TV, and we both always wanted to play the back. We
the
wanted to
back.
direct it. We wanted to direct it,
Mhm.
produce it. We never wanted to be in the camera. Like we
And
both, but look at us now. We're in front of the camera.
mhm, mhm,
and
mhm. I
and
tossed and turned all last night.
but what I found out doing is it's good to be behind the camera, but sometimes nobody sees your vision like you. So sometimes you got to come from the back and come to the front.
Yes, now that
You
is very, very true, because people who I met 15, 16 years ago, when I'll be like, I'm gonna write a book, they coming back like, man, you really like, you
Mm.
never gave up. Even when we were at our 30th year class reunion, right?
Mhm.
Um, what made me feel good when people was like, hey, I remember you being in radio TV class and you still doing this,
Yeah.
man, congratulations. Like,
Yeah.
I tell my kids, my friend was worked in high school. Now my friend worked, with the shot. I
And
just,
that's why I told you before we started. My hats off to you, kept it going. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
And I told my wife, I said, she working with the shy. You know what I'm saying? We both was in the same class. It's good to say, I know her. You know what I'm saying? We was in the
right,
same class, you know what I'm
right,
saying?
right, right,
So,
right, right,
I mean,
right.
and keeping it going. I mean, like I said, I know the people in the guards, myself, proud of you of what you're doing,
Thank
and
you.
you kept with it. You know what I'm saying? So keep on doing what you're doing, Billy. I mean,
I do want to say something, because me and you have a connection, because me and you love the same person.
mhm. Yeah,
And that was Jewel Veronica Kelly.
yeah.
Um, I often tell people I hate that she's not here. They be like, she's here. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Physical.
Because she was a person when I was in high school, told me I was gonna do everything I set out to do.
Mm.
I didn't believe it. She always told me I was gonna be in film and TV. She always told me that.
Mhm.
And for it to come into
Yeah,
a
yeah,
and not have her here, um, yeah, I think about her a lot. I know she proud of me. I know
yeah.
that. So I just wanted to shout out to it. Mm,
It's a bittersweet, because even with your brother and with Jewel, we had no control of their demise. We
no,
had no control of it. You know what I'm
mm-mm,
saying? Nothing we could do about it. It
mm-mm,
wasn't like a bad accident type of thing, whatever. You know what I'm
mm-mm.
saying? It was more like
It was God. Yeah,
it
yeah,
took
it
its
was God.
course. You know what I'm saying?
It was time for them to go.
Right. So
Before it was over.
yeah, and it's yeah, because I mean, it's hard.
Yeah,
It's
it's hard.
hard.
Oh, most definitely. It's very hard, but it makes me feel better knowing that they're on my side.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It makes me feel better. When I look at the book, I was so overwhelmed. I was at work when I got the cover first as an email.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it was
Yeah,
coming. Then the books came.
yeah.
I told my friend, it looked like everybody could get $100 bill. You get a book, you get a book. I told her I'm going out on Madison, like old girl from the game. Remember
Yeah.
she was on the expressway with a hell no,
With the book.
I'm going on Madison. Like, hey, cop this book. So if you see me on Madison,
Yeah.
holler at me, come get a book.
But you know what? Because when you told me, I instantly got up. Before you said it's gonna be Amazon. You go to Amazon. I instantly went to go get it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I like,
yeah.
let me get that
They
because I wanted
actually
to.
said, I have a account with the book people, and I keep a tally. said the first day did very, very well.
Wow.
310 copies.
Mm.
And one on the day of his birthday when I dropped it like 5 o'clock in the morning. 310 copies in
Wow.
one day
Well, less promotion.
with less promotion. So I'm just blessed. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm just blessed. I'm going through a little heartbreak, but I'm just blessed.
That heartbreak is going to mend. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
we,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. That's gonna mean it. Right now, I just got to float on the carpet right now,
yeah.
But I do want to thank my family. I
Mm.
want to thank my family, the Sinclairs. They just been everything to me. They've been supportive. My aunt edited for me. She's a school teacher. She was trying to change the words. I'm like, no, no, no. That's Ebonics, auntie. She was trying to do the teacher thing.
Yeah.
And then I had my cousin Kim. She edited for me. And then I had Natasha Parker read it, edit for me.
Mm.
Then we went back and did it again. So it's been just a wonderful process for my family. It's a token of love for us. It's him so that we would never lose him.
Mm-hmm.
Although we never lost him, but now we actually have something within our hands
Yeah.
to hold on to him. When he passed away with his religion, Yoruba religion, we couldn't we couldn't say his name for a whole year.
Wow.
Because the Yoruba religion, when they transition, it's like, this is the only way I can explain it. It's like them walking down a tunnel to transition into their next life. Okay. So when you speak his name, because he loves us and we're family, he's going to turn around. So if you love him, you wouldn't speak his name. So we couldn't speak his name for a whole year. Now we're mourning, okay?
Right, yeah.
We like, when him
that could got to be hard. Birthday come around?
No, I have a cousin, Roslyn. She would say his name. She'll say his name, Tony, and then she'll be like, "Oh, go back, go back, go back. I don't want you to go back." So we couldn't speak it. It was eerie, but it was for the religion. That's what I'm saying. They far more spiritual than us. If you Google it and research it, we couldn't. So that he was able. So a year later, we had to have a party because he transitioned.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Then we were able to talk about him, speak memories of him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he's there. Because he's there now.
He's there.
That's deep. That's deep.
There. He's there. And I'm so grateful to my brother Tony, because not only did he give me a treasure that I'm able to live out my dreams, he gave me my name. My mother went and had me, okay, was in the hospital, and she called back home. Now, they went to see Lady Sings the Blues maybe 2 to 3 weeks before I was born, okay? My brother Tony was 5. So she called back home. She said, "Hey, I had the baby. I had the baby." He like, "You had the baby? What's the baby name?" And she like, "I don't have a name for the baby. What do you think the baby name should be?" And he said, "Billie Holiday." And my mother was like, "Yeah, that's cute."
Wow.
So she named me Billie Holiday Hughes. So I'm forever in debt to him.
Wow.
I'm gonna walk through heaven saying that he gonna be like, "Hey, pay me my cash. I put you on. I gave you your name."
Yeah, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. But through all this, how is the family? Your mom's, and now that everything is what you're doing now, how's everybody? Your brother, your mom?
Everybody is good. My mother is good. She's still herself. She's still her bubbly, don't take no shit.
Yeah.
Cuss everybody out in the room and give them kisses. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I always tell people, you can't cuss me out.
Yeah.
I've been cussed out by the best. It's nothing you can say to me that's
Right.
going,
You didn't
no,
hurt it
my mama
all.
the best that did it, baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
She used to tell us we made her ass want ice water. She gonna kill me
Oh,
for
this
that.
is yeah.
But she's good. She's good. She's doing good. She's doing well. My aunt is good. Shout out to my Aunt Pam. She's a breast cancer survivor.
Mm.
God is good. All my cousins are doing good. I have a lot of cousins.
Yeah. Yeah.
My cousins is doing good. My brother is doing good. Shout out to my brother Keith.
Yeah.
Tony wanted Keith to do one thing in life, and that was to be a father.
Mm.
And the father that we never had. And although he's the only one out of us who have kids, Keith is a wonderful father.
That's what's up.
And I got to tip my hat off to that. So pray for him. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
pray for him. He's a wonderful father. He has 3 kids.
Mm.
He named his younger one Nazir Tony. So we call him Little Tony.
Gotcha.
And I have a great nephew. So we have a big Keith, a little Keith, a baby Keith, and a tiny Keith.
What's next? What's
What's
next?
next? My girlfriend used to say teeny weeny Keith. But the family is doing good. They're supportive.
Gotcha.
They're uplifting. They pray for me, and
Mhm.
we're just doing good. Said my family always been tight. We
Yeah.
eat, we laugh, we
Right.
party. We're still like that, although my aunts are getting older.
Yeah.
It's on me and my cousins and them to make
Pick it
that.
up. Yeah.
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 So just pray for us as
Yeah.
we push this book and push my brother's legacy.
Mm.
Yeah, just yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I just wanted to make, because I know this could open up wounds, you know what I'm saying, for people that try to, that like your mom's, losing
Yes, yes.
did you sense that it opened up, or it still hit it, she healed enough that she's okay?
I want to say I gave the book out Saturday. My family probably been crying for about 48 hours now.
Mm.
Not sad tears.
Yeah.
I know my family have been crying tears of joy to read his words, to read his thoughts. So if you ask me, I believe it just took them back to that time. And it's just happiness because this is something he always wanted. He wanted to be a published author. So for this to come, and I know my family been crying for, even the ones who live out of town. I know. I know it because although it's just 44 pages, it's 44 pages of love. It's a love letter, from him to us.
Yeah.
Those who knew him and didn't. It's going to inspire someone who's going through something, not just HIV.
Yeah.
It's inspiring for anyone who's going through, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's a drug addiction, whether it's a sex addiction, addiction, whether it's eating habits addiction.
Yeah.
It's there to inspire just whatever you're going through to push and know that it's a divine purpose for everything, because he spoke of God a lot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he did. He spoke of God a lot. His spiritual life was very rooted and deep. I tell people often that my mother birthed 3 ministers. And I don't mean ministers within a church and a religion. When I think about all 3 of us, we are the same, because you'll catch Keith in his minister moments. I'm always in my minister moment. I got an assistant. His name is Brian. He be like, "You're preaching, B," but it's just who I am.
Yeah, yeah.
And my older brother was like that. So I accept that we're ministers of life.
Mm,
You know what
mm,
I'm saying? So
yeah,
we're gonna have those deep conversations. So you come to me, hey, I'm going.
yeah.
I'm going.
But before we wrap it up, you had you went to the studio. So you're working on the poetry, the poetry.
And I think
And
I'm Jay-Z in the studio. Every time I walk in there, I tell them I'm Jay-Z.
just going in there
Yeah, that's
straight from the dome.
that's different. Um I never thought about doing it. So when it was presented to me,
Hmm.
I jumped. I'm a person that said, I'm gonna try anything.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try anything. If I don't like it, then I'll move on.
but you
Um,
tried it.
but I tried. The only thing I won't try is hard drugs like
Oh,
cocaine.
shit.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna tell you
No.
why I'm gonna do that. Before I say why went into the studio, I was younger, and my mother said, "You ever do hard drugs and sniff cocaine, your ass gonna die. You're gonna have a heart attack and die." And I'm looking at her like that. The next day, Limp Bias. Remember
Mm,
him?
yeah.
The basketball player.
Basketball player.
Sniffed coke for the first time, had a heart attack. I was sold.
That was
I
it.
was sold. That was it. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have a
You,
heart attack.
you still believe it to this day.
To this day, I sniff it. I'm gonna have a heart attack. And I'm gonna die. But no, I just wanted to share that.
Yeah.
I'm going into the studio. I'm a spoken word artist.
Mm.
Billie Holiday is my name. It was different.
Yeah.
I did a song. He did. No, it's not a song. I did spoken word
Hmm.
of Sunshine People. He has a poem called Sunshine People, and he recorded it years ago.
Mm.
And I remixed it. And the way I pitched it to them, I wanted to do it like Natalie Cole and Nat King Cole, how they did Unforgettable as
Right.
a
Both.
duet.
Yeah.
So him and I did it as a duet.
Wow. We got a little
Um,
sample of it. Let's
yeah.
let me see, let's see if we can hear.
It's going to be released. I'm just
Mm.
working on the licensing on it right now. But it's hot to me. Like,
We'll give a little snippet of it.
yeah,
Hopefully they can
yeah,
hear it. Let's see what
yeah,
they got. Let's see what they got.
yeah. Let's listen.
There is a place in a perfect environment in which we grow. It is a place where we are sunshine people, beautiful sunshine people. In the urban jungle, amidst the decay of time and neglect, hidden behind a canvas of poverty lies a village. Beautiful, 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 beautiful sunshine people. In the urban jungle, amidst the decay of time and neglect, hidden behind a canvas of poverty lies a village.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard you say you went in there like Jay-Z, went one take, huh?
One take, and I'm not lying. I went in there when I got in there. I walked in there. I was talking shit. I'm like, Jay-Z in the building, Sean Carter in the building.
Hope.
I'm going here and I'm gonna do it in one take. He was like, all right, come on, Jay-Z, go on in that in.
Uh-huh.
Go in there because I already know it.
Yeah.
I go in there and I do my hook.
Look, you talking like MC now.
Right. I do my hook, then I do my spoken word, and I look at him. He said, "Come out the booth, Jay-Z." So now he called me Jay-Z. Yeah, I just love Jay-Z, but that's just me. But it was,
Yeah.
I had fun. I'm excited about it.
Mm.
I'm gonna do a 10
Poet.
song, yes, CD.
Okay.
Just and JR Wiley. Shout out to JR.
Yeah, JR.
He hooked me up with some people, some big people in the spoken word,
Mhm.
and they're there with an open arm. They like the way Sunshine People sound. I like that because they're doing it. So they know what it
No.
should sound like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So by them saying that it was good, that I should just keep going. Hey, say it. I'm gonna give you my first Grammy win interview. Okay.
Love.
My first Grammy win interview. I'm claiming it. They say name it, claim it, call it out. Man, I'm doing that.
And you know, and like I said, I told you this before. I appreciate you reaching out to me to even do this interview. You know what I'm saying? I haven't did podcast in a while to actually do it and doing it in this fashion, because I talked about doing something like this before. You know what I'm saying? And to actually do it, this is giving me the motivation that okay, now it's time for me to get going on my journey.
I told you that you want to talk about what me and you talked about. You know, when you asked me about the kids and all that. That's fine with me. I would I'm not closed off. I'm 50 right now, and I'm sharing how I feel. You feel me? I'm sharing
what I want to do, we could do a part 2. I want to do a part 2 whenever you're ready, because it's something that it's a lot of things that we wanted to talk about that we didn't get into. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to focus strictly on the book, and Tony's lifestyle and his life. But next time we do it, whenever you're ready, before you get off your hiatus from going back to the shy.
Right. Because once I start working, that's it.
I gotta catch up before she go back to the shy.
You gotta catch me. You know, my grandmother used to call me at work, and if I answer the phone real fast, I will answer it real fast. Like, hey, grandma, what's going on? What's going on? She'd be like, call me later. You're talking too fast. No, call me later.
But like I said, I mean, I appreciate you reaching out and giving me the opportunity to bring the life back into me and doing a podcast. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna start my little journey on it, like I said. But keep on doing what you're doing, Billie. You know, I got your back. Whatever you need me for, you know, I'm here. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate you.
And success on a book. Like I said, I brought it. People need to go cop that. Go on Amazon.
Man, go cop that. It's on Amazon. It's on a Kindle ebook. It's on Barnes and Nobles. Just cop it. Like I was telling you yesterday, I have no expectations for it. So the sky is the limit. I feel when you have no expectations, the sky is not the limit. I used to tell people I just wanted to get it out there.
Yeah.
But once I got the email and they sent me a congratulations on your first day, and they gave me the 310, it became no expectations to God is in control of this.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? God is in control of this. There's nothing that you can do. So all I need you to do is be prayerful and trust in me. And that's where I'm at.
And be ready. Because when it come, be prepared. And you know what? Before we end this, you said you stutter. You haven't stuttered like one time.
See, that's because shout out to Chicago Public Schools. Okay? Because I was in speech therapy from first grade in Catholic all the way until my senior year in high school. So this is a product of 12 years of speech therapy. I do different things to not stutter. You'll see me bat my eyes, clap my hands, stomp my feet. You feel me? That helps to push the words out. So when Joe Biden was on that stuttering, I was on Facebook like, leave Joe the fuck alone.
Tell him to stomp his hand, clap his hands.
And I'm like, Uncle Joe, clap your hands. Do what they taught you in speech therapy. But I tell people that, and they say to me, I don't hear it. But then my assistant, Brian, he kept saying, I don't hear it. Then one day it happened. And he was like, okay, I see it. So it comes and it goes. That's what I was saying. I'm a kid who was afraid. Come on, I was told I talk like Edith Bunker. Everybody know Edith Bunker is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me to be in this spot of now I'm about to get up, I'm about to talk about a book. I'm about to say what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is only God.
Yeah. I think also, I mean, I think because with me, I stutter a little bit too, but I think once I get excited, I try to get a lot of things out. Try to say
It's
a lot
when
of
you
things.
know what you know, you ready
Yeah,
to tell the world. I
right.
know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
So I fumble over a word like, I know what I want to say. Then they interrupt. I'm like, come on, man, let me talk.
Yeah. But you know what? My cousin D, he texts me because I was telling him I don't say the first meal you eat for the day is what?
Breakfast?
Okay, I don't say that because I don't know how to. So I say first meal. So I told them that at the book release party, and he texts me, and he's such a good person to my life. He said, "Hey, work on saying that word. You put your bootstraps on. You came out the gardens. You doing this. You an author. Work on that word." Because I don't say it. I say it in a minute. Hey, anybody want to go get first meal? They be like, what the hell is that? First meal. But it's some things that,
But people say, I mean, people say breakfast, but it's break fast. It's break fast.
It is, but that's not, no. It is. But I am going to do that. So when I come back,
Yeah.
I'm working on that because I started today. I'm working on that, and I'm gonna go from there. Before we do end, I just want to say hello to my mother. I want to say hello to my brother Keith. I want to say hello to all my aunts and uncles, my family members. Um, just thank you. I thank you, Say It, for giving me this platform to push my brother's book. I want you to go out and get it on Amazon. All you have to do is put Dancing with HIV in the search, and it'll come up. Read it. It's just 44 pages. It's not going to take you long at all. Shoot me a text after you read it and let me know, or go on Amazon and put a review down on it. Also, I want to say hi to my locations family, the people who work for me. They is family for real. Say it like we are real family to where we know each other's family.
That's what's up.
I just want to shout out to them because they've been nothing but loving to me also. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Yeah. But I thank you. I thank you for allowing me to do this. Also, I have a cousin who's in the hospital now. Just pray for me and my family that she gets better, that she gets stronger. She is a fighter. I know she is. And I know God can work because she was on deaf doors. And I prayed on it, and her eyes is just as wide as ever now. A little mean, but she's up and she's aware. So I know what he can do. I just wanted to say that.
That's what's
because although this is a good time for my family, we still have some crosses to bear.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, everybody does, you know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, once again, I appreciate you allowing me to do this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, what better way to start you off on your podcast journey than talking to somebody that you know that you can feel comfortable
Right.
So everything now is a breeze.
Yes. Everything now is a breeze. I'm going there and I'm gonna tell the truth. You ask me, I'm gonna tell the truth. I still don't like attention.
Well, we both though. Like I said, you gotta come from behind the curtains.
It's fine. God will speak to my heart, and He'll calm it down. You know, He'll fix it because it's broken a little bit. I'm a little scared. You know, so I just have to trust in Him. You know, train up a child in the way it should go. I was born and raised with going to church and going to choir rehearsal and all that. So I just have to feed off of that and know that He's in the blessing business, and He would never bring me this far to leave me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't do it. He brought me too far from everything. And to finish the book, this is the greatest thing I've ever did, Said. The greatest. My degree was okay.
This your biggest degree.
This is the biggest. I don't have any children, so I can't say, you know, the day I had my son, you know.
Yeah.
This is the biggest thing in my life that's happened so far. And it's the beginning. So that's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If this is the biggest thing at the beginning, God knows what he has planned for me in a month, in 2 months, in this new avenue of
And you got time, like I said, you got 4 months. So imagine from right now up until you got to go back to work. Look, watch what you accomplished. You're like, damn, I did a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it's coming. It's coming. Just be prepared for it.
I'm gonna be prepared for it. One of my friends says, "What happens? It blow up and you can't work." I said, "I'm gonna work." He's like, "What?" I said, "I'm gonna figure that out." One person like my job. I'm gonna figure that out.
Right. Well, that's cool though. Like I said, man, what we'll do is, like I said, whenever you got time, whatever you want to come back, we come back and finish up. We get into some real shit next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I do want to say thank you to Darlene Tate Smith, who did the book release party for me. She can take $10 and throw you a shebangy bang.
Yeah, Darlene. She did our 30th anniversary.
Yes. I want to shout out to her. I want to shout out to Wayne for being the DJ. I want to shout out to my cousin Jackie. She has a catering company. She did a chili bar. She had chili dogs. She had chili. It was just really, really nice. I just want to thank them for that. And there's a few things coming up that if you stay on my page, you'll see it. I'm throwing another book party with my brother, Adobe Brothers. He was a part of a group called Adobe Brothers. They were Black gay professional males who just formed a group in the 90s. We're throwing a party with them, a book release party with them. We're going to throw one with the Black Pride. So like I said, I've been in contact with a lot of people that I never thought I would have been. You know, I'm rubbing elbows with them. Yeah, it's opening doors to where I'll be having a few parties in the next couple of months.
Okay. Like I said, if you want to bring them on, we talk. You know what I'm saying?
How you want to do it? Reach out to you, but yes.
You got my number. You got my number.
Okay,
everybody, y'all take care of yourself. This once again a CedItUp Production.
Yes.
Check out. Get it. Dancing with HIV with y'all. Appreciate you.
Yes.
Love you. Keep doing your thing.
Love you, Bryson.
All right.
I said.
All right, Bill, take it easy.
Okay. Most definitely.